Anglo American Platinum expects to fall to a full-year loss, hit by lost production. That's from the two-month strike last year. The world's largest producer of the precious metal sees a headline loss per share of between 491 and 628 cents per share. Meanwhile, Amplats is likely to sell or shut down its Union mine. That is a part of its review of its business. Of course, that's according to a Reuters report today. Joining us on the line to discuss this, Peter Major, mining analyst at KD's. So, Peter, thanks for joining us. Of course, Amplats are giving us much to chew on today, talking about that swinging into a loss. That's been expected, and then there's reports around perhaps shutting down that Union mine. That's all speculation at this point in time. So what do you make of that trading update today, Peter?
Look, we knew it was going to be gloomy. I think it was a little gloomier than a lot of us expected, because not only did they forecast they're going to lose 5 Rand a share, but they've written off almost 25 Rand a share on unused or depreciated assets that a lot of people didn't expect. I didn't expect that. So that write-off, I think, had to have an effect on the share price, which came off today about 10, 15 Rand from Friday. But other negatives are the debt is now 10 billion Rand. And they had a rights issue just 2 years ago to get rid of all their debt because it was almost sinking the company. Now they're back up to 10 billion Rand. So it's almost like watching our government every year now. The debt keeps going up, even though the company's struggling to maintain any profitability at all.
So certainly not just our government, though. Let's be fair.
Well, yeah. yeah, we're following lots of bad examples out there, but there's some good examples we could follow too.
Talk to us about some of the assets there and your views on the review of some of those assets.
Okay. Amplats is like the U.S. auto industry in the 70s. It was growing, and as long as it can run at full production, it can have a pretty low cost of production. But because it's not running at full production, it has a very high cost. So its cost of producing platinum went up 20% this year because it didn't produce as much. And unless they can produce more platinum, they're not going to lower their costs. But they say they're losing money at most operations they've got now. If they close a shaft, the government's not going to be happy. The workers aren't going to be happy. Management doesn't want to close a shaft. If there's any way they can make money off that shaft, they're going to keep it going. So what this rationalization might be is asking people to work 360 days a year instead of 260 a year, or maybe change shifts, or maybe work in a different, more productive manner. So there's a lot of things. I really don't have a clue what to expect when they release this restructuring program. It could be anything. I mean,
just looking at President Jacob Zuma, of course, in an interview that's going to be on CNBC this evening, saying you need changes in the mining sector, of course, following on from what took place last year. Cyril Ramaphosa being quoted as saying the mining sector needs to go through a revolution when it comes to mining conditions. Is this going to be the year when we see all these changes starting to come through when it comes to the status quo on mines when it comes for workers?
We're hoping this is the year, but it can only happen if everybody helps it happen. If the government helps it to happen, it might happen. If the unions and the workers agree with the government, let's help Anglo Platinum change, it can happen. This is a great platinum price, $1,650 an ounce. Every shaft should make money. Every mine should be making decent profits at this price. But you can't have a 4-cylinder engine with all 4 cylinders firing at the wrong time. And that's what's happened. Everyone's putting pressure on the mining company. Let's all pitch in and help the mining company. And they don't have to lay anybody off. They could be hiring more people to take advantage of this current platinum price.
And of course, we've had so much optimism around platinum in 2013. I think UBS coming out today saying that platinum is going to be trading at a premium to the gold price this year, and just pointing out the fact that still the cost for platinum miners still a lot higher than gold miners. So what are your views right now on the rally we've seen in the platinum price relative to gold this year?
Yeah, I think it's overdue. I think it should have been doing that a year ago. So I'm happy to bet money that the platinum price is going to trade at a premium to gold. But I hope that doesn't mean that gold price is going to fall and platinum falls less or platinum stays flat. But yes, the cost of production of platinum is higher than the cost of producing gold. And there's very few other people in the world that are producing platinum let alone can increase the production in platinum. Whereas there's a lot of people producing gold, and there's more being produced every year. So it stands to reason, this long-term average platinum to gold, I think platinum should be trading at a 50% premium on the long-term average. So for it to get 10, 15% premium this year, I think it's going to happen for sure, Sam.
Let's just go back to Anglo American Platinum and Anglo American. It's been reported today that we could have the review of Amplats as early as tomorrow. But of course, we know that there's just a new CEO who's taken over at Anglo American, Mark Cutifani. So the timing of this review, your thoughts on that? And is he the right man for the job? I haven't spoken to you since his appointment.
Look, if there's somebody better, I'd like to know who he is, and I think the whole Anglo American board would love to know who he is, but it's too late now. I think Mark's the perfect appointment. I didn't see anybody out there that I thought could do the job Mark can. You got a good, proven mining engineer, mine manager, who's got a pretty good history of turning around difficult operations. Just look back at Anglo Gold. And he did it on a financial viewpoint. He did it on an operational viewpoint. He did it on a personal, interrelational viewpoint with the Min, and he's very good with government and unions. So he's going to need all those skills for Anglo American, and he's going to need international experience, which he has at Anglo American, because he's got problems in Brazil, real problems in Chile, and we know he's got huge problems on Amplats, and that's a big component. That should be their #1 revenue earnings producer, Amplats, instead of being number 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So you get Amplats right, Anglos will move.